Website htaccess file. What's an htaccess file? Well, in a Linux environment, which is most likely the environment that your web server is going to be running in, htaccess file helps do a number of different things, and I want you guys to be aware of it because it's really important towards the security of your website, even though it's really advanced coding stuff. Now, if you're not a web developer or something like that, then I completely understand if you have some sort of risk aversion to this kind of thing. But the htaccess file is pretty important because it assists in doing a number of different things, and it can also help in SEO. For example, when you translate non-search engine friendly URLs into friendly URLs. Spoke about this briefly, but really didn't get into too much about it. Again, this is kind of an advanced thing, but I did want to cover it here briefly so that you have an idea of what it is. htaccess can also help prevent people from trying to access different directories on your website, such as your WP admin directory for WordPress administration. You can actually block that. Anybody from seeing it only by IP address. So for example, only if you are coming from a certain IP address, you can see that, which is a best practice, which is something that I like to do. If you have a directory that you don't want people, hackers, search engines to see, then definitely you want to use the htaccess file to kind of limit that. What are the things that you can do with htaccess? I mean, you can do so many different things. You can actually limit people from certain countries to accessing your website. For example, let's say you get a lot of spam from Brazil or Russia. You can actually limit them using htaccess. There's a number of different things that you can do. It's relatively advanced. The dot before the htaccess just simply means that it's a system file. Be very careful modifying your htaccess file if you're running WordPress or something like that, because WordPress puts its own htaccess variables inside, and you can kind of screw them up if you aren't very careful. You can define error documents in htaccess, for example. You can add languages. You can do all sorts of scripting actions and handlers. Of course, this is more advanced stuff. The caching, which is great. You can use compression for quickly loading up your website, which improves the page speed, and of course improves your ability to rank on Google SERPs. The rewrites and redirects are really huge. That's where you get into the different methods for rewriting the URLs. Again, this is pretty advanced stuff, and I'm not going to go into it in specific details here, but I just kind of wanted to make you guys aware of it. They talk about here, request file name for files and directories. There's a number of different things that you can do with the htaccess, and especially the authentication and security. You could even create a basic authentication using the htaccess file. You can only get in to a certain directory if you have the username and password, or you could just limit it. As you can see here, you can limit it by IP address, just by putting in a few little snippets of code. So and also SSL security, of course. So, just be aware of the htaccess. If you are using htaccess and you're not running WordPress, then I would suggest looking into it to make your URLs a little bit more friendly. But I just wanted to give you guys a brief primer on what htaccess was.